I'm Josh, and I'm on the hunt for the highest powered portable laptop that runs cool and quiet and looks great. Today with me is the MSI Prestige 15. It's lighter in weight and certainly more affordable than some of the laptops it competes with, like the Apple MacBook Pro 16, the Lenovo X1 Extreme, and the Dell XPS 15. Today, we're going to see how it stacks up. There are already several reviews of this laptop out there that really cover the benchmarks in depth. So today, I'm going to review this laptop my way, which means I'm going to focus on what it's like to actually own and use this laptop. What do you need to know if you're considering buying it? If you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the thumbs up and the notification bell. These videos take a long time to make, and it really motivates me to create more of them for you. I'm going to structure this review a little differently. I'm going to first cover the pros and then I'm going to cover the cons. Now, anything that I don't talk about in either of these two lists is simply acceptable and just not worth talking about in a lot of detail. For example, the webcam or the sound coming from the speakers. Now, the laptop that I have in front of me is the $1,799 version with the 4K screen, the 1TB SSD, and 32 gigs of RAM. The links in it are in the description below. This laptop CPU is insanely powerful. It's simply off the dial. Normally, these Intel U series processors that's in this laptop are reserved for thinner light laptops that aren't that powerful, but what's in this laptop is the 10th generation 6-core version, and MSI have allowed it to draw up to 51 watts of power. You do have to go into MSI's Creator software to set it to its highest performance mode to do that. The laptop wasn't undervolted out of the box, and I did have trouble installing Intel Extreme Performance Tuning utility, but I had no trouble installing throttle stop and undervolting it to a negative 100 millivolt on the CPU core and cache. On screen, here are my Cinebench R20 results, and you'll see it compared to the Razer Blade 15 with its 9750H CPU. And this laptop handily beats it. That's because, as I said, MSI is allowing it to draw up to 51 watts of power, and the Razer Blade is being capped at 45 watts of power. The GPU in this laptop is good enough to accelerate content creation tasks, play esports games, and even older AAA titles. But if you want to play modern AAA games, this is not the laptop for you. Here are some other performance tests, including a Premiere Pro 4K export, my Firestrike results, my TimeSpy results, my V-Ray results, my AS SSD results, and my Latency Mon results. The display in this laptop is absolutely excellent. It is very bright and colors are accurate. Even for me, who likes a really bright screen, I had to dim the brightness on occasion on this laptop. Now, the screen isn't reflective at all, so it is perfect for using indoors in a very bright environment and also outdoors. My unit also had no dead pixels. The only thing that I wanted to mention is there was some light bleed coming from the bottom corner, but because the aspect ratio of this screen is 16:9, when I was watching movies on Netflix, most of them didn't even have those black borders top and below, so I didn't really notice the backlight bleed. This laptop is very lightweight for this amount of power at only 3.7 pounds. Just look how it stacks up against its competitors. The Surface Book 215 is 4.2 pounds, the Apple MacBook Pro 16 is 4.3 pounds, and the Dell XPS 15 is 4.5 pounds. The only competing laptop that can touch it is the Lenovo X1 Extreme Gen 2 that also weighs around 3.7 pounds. And the laptop supports USB-C charging. In fact, that's the type of charger that it actually comes within the box. What's so good about this is these chargers are relatively affordable. I recommend you pick up a 60-watt one, which is smaller and lighter weight than the one that it comes with, because if you're not using the dedicated graphics card when you're out and about or on the go, it's going to make your carry even lighter. The trackpad is smooth and accurate. Even though I thought I would have issues with my palm resting on the wider trackpad, I didn't notice any. The keyboard layout is good, and the backlighting of the keys, including the secondary functions, works well. The laptop's fans really aren't that loud, and they're not high-pitched, which is great. Also, I noticed no coil whine in my unit. MSI gives you a lot of flexibility to tune the fan curve and performance of the laptop in their Creator Center software. Under extended load, the laptop does get warm, but it's certainly not uncomfortable nor distracting, especially if you use the laptop sitting on a table or a desk. The chassis looks sleek, stylish, and it's noticeably a small laptop when compared to other laptops targeted at content creators. It is a relief that all necessary ports are included, including a fast UHS 2 microSD card reader. I'm surprised I'd be saying a microSD card reader is a pro, But with more laptops leaving an SD card reader out, I've got to say thanks to at least including this. I can certainly sacrifice using a full SD card for a micro SD card with an adapter. I do wish they put at least one USB Type-C port on the right side for more flexibility when charging. The battery in this laptop is big at around 80 watts and power draw is well controlled, especially if you're not running much on the laptop. I've seen it hovering under 5 watts and sometimes even as low as 1 watt. Now, the amount of battery life that you're going to get out of the laptop depends massively on your use case. For example, for me, sometimes I've seen on a full charge 9 hours remaining and sometimes I've seen around 5 hours. It just depends on what I'm doing. And lastly, the price of this laptop for what you get really is exceptional. At $1,799 for 32 gig of RAM, a 1TB SSD, and a great 4K screen just mops the floor with its competitors on that metric. The Dell XPS 15, the Lenovo X1 Extreme Gen 2, the MacBook Pro 16, and even the older model Surface Book 2 15 from a couple of years ago. So that's a lot of pros, but what are you sacrificing with this laptop? Let's get into the cons. I personally do not like the keyboard on this laptop. I find it uncomfortable to use. Even though the keyboard layout is great, the keys feel mushy and they're low travel. Now, if you're okay with a low travel keyboard, say the Razer Blade 15s, or you're okay with Apple's Butterfly keyboard, you're probably going to be fine here, but I'm not. Also, I found no way of permanently switching the function keys back to their original function. You still have to press the function button and say the F2, otherwise it's going to do like volume. This is an important thing for power user applications like using Excel, and it's a capability that's offered in most of the competing laptops to this one. The chassis, although pretty good, just isn't at the same level as an Apple laptop or a Surface device. Also, the edges of the chassis are a little bit sharp, so if you're planning to use the laptop propped up on a couch or in bed and you don't have a blanket between you and the laptop, it can bite into you a little bit and feel uncomfortable. And the USB-C cables do not go fully into the laptop. A little part of the metal connector sticks out. This makes it feel a bit flimsy. The included USB-C charging cable is ridiculously short, but you can easily buy a longer cable. Here's the connector you need. The fans, although quiet, are always on. This might annoy you a little bit if you're using the laptop in a dead silent room or say a meeting room at work where no one's speaking. I really wish MSI had turned off the fans when the laptop's running in a low power state. Lastly, bloatware. I really thought that was a thing of the past, but this laptop comes pre-installed with Norton Antivirus and a bunch of other bloatware. MSI, get rid of the bloatware. Well, that's it, folks. If you're someone who needs a powerful, portable laptop for on-the-go work for, say, content creation, programming, or even a little light gaming, definitely consider this laptop. It is a really good laptop. You get some great components in it for the price. Just make sure that you're not going to have a problem with the keyboard, and it's not going to annoy you too much if the laptop's fans are running in a dead silent room. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to smash that subscribe button, click the thumbs up, and hit the notification bell as many more videos are coming. And if you'd like to get chatting or request topics for future videos, just hit me up on the Discord channel, links below. Till next time, I'll catch you later.